Hello and welcome to. We have a few more hours of November, but by the time I get this whole video together, it will be December. So, welcome to the December mental health update. And I didn't think I was going to do any more of these, but I think I need to keep doing them because it's the only way to really show you what I'm going through and talk about how my month went, obviously. And as you already know, there's a lot of crap going on in my life. You know, most everybody knows what happened a week ago from this past Monday. I got attacked on a bus for filming the bus ride because some lady thought I was filming her kids and decided to attempt to steal my phone. It looked like I was able to wrestle to get my phone back, getting kicked, beat up, and then trying to get away from them, and then having the guy, um, who I don't know, I don't know if he bore any relation to this woman. The guy come and this guy came on the bus, and you see his picture there. He followed me to the front of the bus, and then as he was getting off the bus, whacked me on the side of the head and stole my headphones. I know I'm bothering you, so let me please move to the front of the bus. I am gonna move. If you attack me, the police are gonna come. Now, the most upsetting thing about this whole thing is that I felt very much alone throughout of it. The bus driver, I'm not expecting the bus driver to intervene, but the bus driver just went on driving the bus without any care to my safety at all. She wouldn't stop the bus. I mean, the proper thing for her to do was to stop the bus and call the police and said, I need police assistance. And maybe then the police would have responded to the bus. But I called the police and they wouldn't respond until the whole thing was over. So even though I called several times and explained that I felt like I was in danger, I was getting attacked, they could say, we can't stop the bus, we can't chase the bus. I couldn't believe what was coming out of there. I wish I could get the recordings from the 911 call. I mean, I might be able to do that through a Freedom of Information Act because I don't think what happened was right at all. So physically, thank God I wasn't more physically hurt. Thank God they didn't have a knife or a gun or anything. Worst thing that happened is my hand, which is like now a little more like 2/3 better. This woman, when I was trying to get my phone back, she hit my hand very hard. Um, um, so, but they're still on the loose, and nothing will probably ever happen to them because this is New York, and this is what happens in New York. I'm sure if this was not New York, it would have been taken a lot more seriously, especially in New Jersey. Police would have had that bus surrounded, I'm sure. And I know from past experience because one time I was on 319, there was a supposed altercation. They had the wrong bus number, but the police had that bus surrounded, all right, and got on the bus and very serious. So they take it very seriously over there, but not here. This is New York, criminals' paradise. So anyway, that had me pretty shaken up, and I have the police report. It's in my drawer, somewhere in my drawer. What happened, and that day was just a horrible day. So, I mean, and then I get home on that Monday, and I had a fabulous, fabulous hike in the Pine Barrens. It was a beautiful hike, beautiful day, and all that stuff got ruined when I got home. So when I got home, can't really show it to you. Got to cover my information here. But I got a letter from Social Security. And so not only was I robbed on the bus and robbed of a $55 pair of headphones, but Social Security is trying to claw back the stimulus money. And they're not supposed to do that, and a lot of other people are experiencing this. But it says here, we are writing to let you know that we paid you $12,500 too much SSI money. The overpayment happened from September 2021 through January 2023. You are overpaid because your resources were more than a person could own and still get SSI. So basically, the $1,200 stimulus check is not supposed to count toward your resources, but Social Security decided that it did. So So you must pay us back unless we decide you shouldn't have to pay us back. Now, how come somehow getting $1,200 and now they're trying to claw back $12,500? So this is all on Joe Biden, by the way. He's the one doing this, stealing. They're trying to get the money from people like us with disabilities to give to the illegals. So it says, if we don't hear from you in the next 30 days, we plan to collect this overpayment from your SSI check. We'll hold back $91.40 each month, starting with February 2024, until you have paid us back. So I was just about to file I got the information from my bank showing that this was a stimulus check, because I wound up calling the office, and they said, well, just send us proof and a reconsideration, and we'll, they should, they should know that came from the stimulus. It's unbelievable. And then I got another letter from them. We are writing to tell you that you may be eligible. This is unbelievable how dysfunctional Social Security is. I just want to let you know what people with disabilities go through, right? That you may be eligible for Social Security benefits for additional benefits under your mother's name. I'm not going to say my mother's name, but my mother's not alive anymore. Really? After all I've been through, they send me that? To remind me that I lost my mother at 50 years old? Really? When she was 50 years old? Really? Oh, but it gets worse. So yesterday, right as I'm trying to file an appeal, they already say your current Social Security payment is $900, or I shouldn't say the amount, but you will continue to get this amount each month until there is a change in the information we use to figure. We are changing the amounts you were due for September 2021 through October 2022 and January 2023. Your amounts are changed because you had countable resources worth more than $2,000. So again, they're now going to start garnishing the money today. So they went from February to today, not even giving me a chance to appeal. So they're trying to take money away from me, and it's like we're constantly under attack, and this isn't just a New York thing. This is a federal thing. This is Social Security. This is federal. All right? So it's not just New York. This country just doesn't like people who have disabilities. There's such hate for people like us. Such hate for people with mental illness that we're not even allowed to keep... we are allowed to keep the stimulus.
We have a lot of reports of this happening with people. Social Security is trying to take money from people who receive stimulus checks. And here it says, right here, the CARES Act prohibits this. So this is the thing. Has stated that it will not consider the impact. So it says right here it has not stated it. So it's not supposed to be counted against us. It's not supposed to be counted as a resource. All right, but you can see a lot of people are going through this. And there are some news stories on it now. Not a whole lot, but there are. So it says right here that money is not supposed to be counted. But Social Security is demanding people pay back billions of dollars the agency says it shouldn't have given them. Now we've learned some families have even lost their Social Security because of this. So what is going on here? And Social Security is still not. Here's another one. Social Security clawback overpayments tied to COVID-19. So this is what I'm going through. And it's happening to a lot of people. And you know who I blame for this? All right? Who runs the SSA? Who runs the SSA? It's the federal government. It's their fault for this. And they're trying to steal money from us that we rightfully have, that stimulus money. They're basically punishing us because Trump gave us a stimulus check. It seems like political retaliation to me.
So as you see there, I just read the policy. We are allowed to keep it. Um, it's not. It does not count toward our resources, but yet they're trying to take them. So everybody's trying to rob us, basically. Meanwhile, Wall Street's making money hand over fist. They won huge today again. So they are living it up, obviously, while we're suffering. And I had a really lousy month. A really lousy month. Just an incredibly lousy month I had. I mean, I'm grateful it wasn't worse with what happened on that bus, but they add insult for injury the very same day I get home, and I find out that Social Security is trying to rob me as well. Oh, I know somebody's gonna write, "Well, our taxpayers pay for you." La 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 la. It's pittance, man. It's pennies on the dollar as to what the average taxpayer in this country goes toward benefits to people like us. It's pennies on a dollar. All right. It's barely anything. So shut your fucking mouth. I hate when people do that. I really do. I'm gonna say it right there. I hate. You don't have a disability. You weren't born with this. You have no right to say that kind of stuff. But this is the kind of and we get it from both sides. It's not just the Republicans, and it's that both parties are corrupt in this country. All right, both parties are corrupt. But this obviously is on Joe Biden. Why now are they trying to claw back the stimulus money that was given to us by Donald Trump, by President Trump at the time? Um, and now they're trying to take it back. Because the federal government's like, well, we gotta, just like Mayor Adams, well, we gotta, all these illegals coming, we gotta take care of them. Might as well take from U.S. citizens and give to the illegals. That's the way these limousine liberals think. And it's not really Joe Biden running things. It's Kamala Harris, who's a very radical leftist. I mean, he's just he's an old man. He doesn't even know what's going on. I'm sorry I got political. I know it's supposed to be a mental health update, but it does affect me. Because now I got to fight to get, they're trying to take my money now. Trying to take the money I get I mean, I'll tell you how much. They're giving me $914 a month. That's what I have to live on. And a third of that goes to the rent. All right, so it's not like I'm getting lots and lots of money here, but they're garnishing. So this is what they're doing. If we go to the other letter here, just put it here. They're garnishing. See, it tells you how much they're garnishing here. All right, it tells you that they're garnishing $91.40. So we plan to collect this overpayment from your SSI checks. We'll hold back $91.40 each month starting February 2024. But now they decided to do it. I think I already read that. They already decided to do that this month. So they didn't even give me a chance to appeal. So, and not a lot of news. Not a lot of news. Where are you? Turn to Tower, Janice Lieberman, the real deal. Where are you? You only care about the snobs. You don't care about this. You only care what affects the snobs. All right, so now I got to fight two things now. All right, and I just feel like I'm getting beat up all over, and I have been so depressed. And people I don't even have the energy to fight. I can't even get out of bed. Lately, the past couple of days, I don't have any energy to get out of bed. I struggle to even go out every day. I'm so depressed. And then I got to deal with all the problems I got living here. Trash. I mean, I got to complain to the village again about this. It's not my building, but it's the building next to me. It's the building on the corner where that bodega is. That's the problem. That's where they're putting all the trash. Because that building's probably full of illegals. They're probably full of illegals in there. There's so much trash being generated. Look at all of it. I mean, it's illegals. This is the kind of stuff they bring. So I got to deal with that shit all over again. Illegals. Just like I dealt with in Westbury, except it's worse this time because they were actually literally in my immediate neighborhood. In Westbury, I had to deal with it in the town. And on my particular street, in the houses next to me, it was all regular, no illegals, all right? But here, this whole neighborhood is infested with them now, all right? Because the governor is deciding to let them in, and Eric Adams is letting them in. And of course, they're going to put them in the middle of the island. I explained to you what's going on already, you know? So then I got the homeless people. There's a homeless person. I think there was a homeless person sleeping behind a building tonight in my neighborhood. So this is the kind of stuff you have to deal with. And of course, there's no one around. It's depressing as hell living here. I can't stand it, but I'm stuck. So I don't know what to do next. Where's the will to keep fighting when you keep getting beat up all the time? It just, and then you go to the South Shore, of course, it's all peachy keen there, right? They're living it up. Everything's taken care of. Everybody's happy, but I can't be with them. I got to be on the outside looking in. I always have to be alone. All right? I always have to be alone. That's my whole life is alone. Doing everything alone. Shouldn't have to be like this. Should not have to be like this. This is a very lonely place to live, Mineola. Very lonely. It's just so dead here. There's nobody around. The only people you see around are people that are up to no good. It's very depressing here, and it's like that in much of the middle of the island. The places I need to live on Long Island, I'm not allowed to live. My agency doesn't care. They're part of the problem. And I have a whole video, a short that you'll see about what I'm going through at the intercom. It's ridiculous, and the conditions that things aren't being taken care of in this building. The intercom. The intercom has been broken since 2020. 3 damn years already. If you're expecting a package or expecting somebody, they have to call, or if you're getting something and, you have to, it's ridiculous. Why can't I live in a normal building with normal people? Why can't I live somewhere where I don't have to smell weed, where people take care of the neighborhood? Why can't I live somewhere like that? Why I have to be kept away from the happiness? It's not right. It's not right. I know I'm going to get a whole bunch, and the minute I upload this video, there'll probably be 3 or 4 dislikes on it from certain people. I have a right to speak my mind about what's happening, what it's like to live with a lifelong mental disability, that people don't understand what it's like. They don't understand what it's like to have depression, anxiety disorder. Remember that panic attack I had? That was horrible. I hate when that happens. It feels like you're gonna die. It's the worst feeling in the world. So yeah, I'm not doing very well, and I can't keep doing what I'm doing on this channel. You notice I'm doing less weather videos, and in this video I'm announcing that the weather reports, I'm not going to be doing them anymore completely. I'm stopping them completely. The only time I will do a weather video is if there is a big storm, if there is any kind of extreme or unusual weather activity, extreme heat, extreme cold, record-breaking kind of stuff. Otherwise, I'm not doing any more weather videos. The last one is tonight. We'll go over the last regular one will be tonight, where I'll go over the month in review, November, the weather. I'll still do that, but when the month ends, I'll do weather video. But I'm not doing the weather videos anymore. I'm not doing them anymore. I can't do them anymore. Sorry, I can't do them. The last one I did, I messed up in the video because there's so much going on in my life. I can't. I gotta fight SS. I gotta fight my agency to try to find a better place to live. That's enough, man. I can't do anymore, man. This is not. It's only gonna get worse here. It's not gonna get better. I don't know how I can survive into the summer here. So many of these illegals coming in. The trash, it's disgusting. I'll go back to the village again about the trash. I reported it, and I'll report it again. And they gave them a warning, too. Maybe they got issued a summons. But even if they get a summons, I don't think it's going to make a difference. The illegals, they don't care. And people are like, oh, you're just being racist. No, I'm not. I'm looking at the behavior. All right? People who are here legally and care about the community tend not to throw trash around like that. Spur the scene. I know when I lived in West behavior. I know the patterns of behavior of illegals. They just dump trash everywhere because that's the way they live where they came from, and they have no desire to assimilate. Instead, they want to turn it into a third world countries to where they came from. Right? You come here as an immigrant. You come here through legally. All right. You don't just run across the border illegally and then have Joe Biden come and give you a get out of jail free card. No, it doesn't work that way. It's not supposed to work that way. All right. You're supposed to come into this country, show that you're not going to cause problems, show that you have a desire to become an American because that's not what's happening. There is no due process. They just come running across the border, call themselves refugees, call themselves asylum seekers, because they're seeking asylum from, you know, I'm not saying the life in their countries isn't bad. It is bad. But asylum seekers, generally people who are fleeing violence, people who are fleeing war, like what the people in Ukraine are going through. All right? That's what asylum seekers is for, or what the people in Haiti are going through. That kind of stuff. Not because the economy is bad. All right? But they're just here to, again, I'm against illegal immigration. That's simple. All right? And Joe Biden has just been a complete and utter failure as a president. He definitely will not getting my vote, but doesn't think the fact that Joe Biden has been a complete failure to this country. He's failed me. He's failed a lot of people in this country. He's failed the environment too. He hasn't done anything about the environment. Nothing. All right, zilch. Nothing about it. All right, so it's sorry about the politics again. It just ties into my life. All the effects, all of the decisions of the policymakers. When you have people who want to have open borders, that affects me because now I have these illegals in my community when I didn't before. All right, and they're causing trash, and who knows, the gangs will probably be here soon enough. I mean, these people, they got no damn respect. They got no respect, no standards. They don't care. They don't care. They don't have any standards. They don't care about the community they live in. They move in and they trash it. See what they did with the hotels in the city? Trash it. Trash everything. They have no respect. They should all be out of here. All of them. I don't sound like Donald Trump now, but it's the truth, man. You know what? You come here. I'm not against immigration. You come here and you come here with respect. All right? You respect the community. You respect the flag. You respect our way of life. You don't come in here and trash everything. All right? There are plenty of good people who are immigrants, and it's not fair to them, especially because the illegals wind up going into communities where legal immigrants are. They always wind up going into diverse communities. So it's always a burden on people who aren't white. It's always a burden on diverse communities. Whereas the whitest communities, the enclaves, like those on the South Shore, well, they don't have to deal with a single one of them. So that's the issue right there. I'm sorry I brought this up. But it affects me, because it's just one more reason why where I'm living in my area is continuing to get worse, whereas the South Shore continues to enjoy a much better quality of life, but it's not a quality of life I'm allowed to have. I'm kept out because of my situation. And I can't live like this indefinitely. I can't live like this indefinitely. I mean, it's going to be 2024 in a month. I mean, I can't imagine living anywhere else but Long Island, but, if life on Long Island means living like this, I just don't know, man. I just don't know. I mean, it's not all of Mineola that's, again, like my particular neighborhood, but, it's very, very hard on me. Very hard on me to continue to deal with this. Doesn't make me feel comfortable. You walk around here at night and hanging around, walking around, swagger walking, drinking, sitting there looking at absolutely nothing, just like Westbury. It's the same thing. And Westbury is still bad. I mean, when I had to go to Micro Center and go back to return those headphones that I got. That sounded horrible. Um, I got off the train at Westbury and went down the stairs on down to Post Avenue, and it looked like a possible homeless illegal guy. He was just peeing. He was urinating right there, out there in the opening. So Westbury's still bad, right? You would never see that in a town that matters, all right? You'd never see that in Rockville Center. You'd never see that you'd never even see that in Belmore or Wadsworth, all right? Um, those are the towns that matter because, again, it's all about Wall Street. That's the way it is in this state. Wall Street runs everything, and Wall Street's only going to care about their own. So you have to be with those Wall Street people in order to be somewhere that matters, that's taken care of, and that's safe, and that gets the investment from people. All right, and that people don't want to be here. People want to go out, they want to have fun. They're not going to come to Mineola. They're not going to come to the middle of the island. They're going to go to the South Shore. They're going to go to Rockville Center. They're going to go to even Belmore's a little downtown. They're going to go there. If I could live in Belmore, I would go there in a heartbeat, but I can't even live there. So, and it's not fair. It's not fair. I don't like it. I don't think it's right that, diverse areas on Long Island can't be nice, but unfortunately, it's the way it is. I have to think about my future. Am I even going to have a future here? Got 3 more years of Hochul. Who knows how I'm going to survive them? It just seems like, they're pushing us out. Everything is all designed to push us out. All of this. It's all designed to push us out. Every single thing. I feel alone. I feel alone. I feel like, I just don't know why try not to use the word S word, but why these white finance professional people can't just be a little more open-minded and let me in. I just don't understand it. I don't have a criminal record. I'm not somebody who causes trouble. I just have a mental illness. But they look at me like I'm somebody who's just not worthy of anything. Not worthy of to live with them. I'm not worthy. I don't even feel like I'm worthy to walk around there sometimes. But I do because it's the only happy place on Long Island, other than the Pine Barrens, which is becoming a sadder place because of the southern pine beetles. Right, so anyway, I'm going to end this video when it gets to 30 minutes. I know we're getting close. I'm sorry, I know there's been a lot of complaining in this video. People say I complain too much, but you're not in my shoes. You don't understand what it's like. You don't deal with what I deal with. Living where I'm living. I know it could be worse. I know that. I'm grateful I'm not in Hempstead or even Glen Cove, which is like isolated. You have no life there at all. But it's getting worse where I'm at. And it's just, I'm scared about what's going to happen in the future. Because you know what the legals, the gangs are going to be here next. People are going to get stabbed. People are going to get attacked. That's going to be coming next to Mineola. And then it starts getting dangerous like Hempstead. All right, so that's what they bring to the table. They don't bring anything good. They bring nothing but problems. Criminals, man. If you sneak into a country illegally, chances are you're not really going to have respect for the laws once you get here. All right? You got to do it the right way. Plenty of others have done it the right way, and it's not fair to them. Here I go talking about it again. But it's just affecting my community. It's affecting my neighborhood. It's affecting my life. It sounds just like what I dealt with in Westbury. Same thing. It's a broken record. All over again. It really is. It really is. And then just getting that whole thing on the bus, just getting attacked like that. And I couldn't believe that. You feel like you're on your own. Police aren't going to help you. Nobody's going to help you. You're on your own. It's not the kind of world I want to live in. I want to live in a world where people look out for each other. But I guess it's not here. I don't know. At least not on that bus anyway, which I'll never take that bus line again. Never take that 4 bus line ever again. I'm not riding that ever, ever, ever again. It's horrible. Never doing it again. filming on buses. I can't do it anymore, man. It's hard enough to get back and even just showing some new businesses that opened here in Mineola. There are some new businesses that opened in Mineola, not in this part of Mineola, but down closer to the train station, by the hospital. Uh, which isn't as bad over there. All right, this part of Mineola, this is like the ghetto of Mineola. This whole Willis Avenue area. It's just, oh, man, so many. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for complaining. I know it's the holidays. That's the other thing. I guess I'll round this video out with just talking about the holidays. Obviously, the loneliness gets even more amplified during the holidays because everybody's got somebody in their life. It feels like everybody's got the family. I don't see my family that much. I see my relative maybe a couple times a year, and that's it. And it's very lonely. I always feel the loneliness during the holidays. I meet a woman in my life. It seems like just, everything's against me with that, just, I just don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ever gonna find someone. It just feels like it's never gonna happen. I don't know. Mm, Just don't know, man. Sometimes I feel like I need a hug, but there's nobody to hug me. Certainly not certain demographic people. They would never hug me. At least doesn't feel like they would. It's like you gotta be with them to have a good quality of life. It's the way it is here in Long Island. If you don't like it, shut up and go live in New Jersey. Ugh, New Jersey. It's not home. It's not home. How am I going to survive there? It's even lonelier there than it is here, really, when you think about it. A place like Toms River is very lonely. You can have even harder time finding it. Most of the people there, they're hardly any. Most of the people are older there, It's not many young people there. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's in the middle of the Pine Barrens, for goodness sake. Yeah, I love the Pine Barrens. I don't really want to live in them. I like living near them, but I don't want to live in them. But it just seems like that's what the plan is all about. To push us out. All this stuff that I've talked about in the past 30 minutes is all part of the plan to push us out. Long Island the happiness is only for the chosen ones. The certain demographic, the white finance professional. Um, if you're not with those kind of people, then and you can't be one of them, then you're going to be sad. You're going to be lonely. You're going to be stuck in a neighborhood that's on its way down. Um, and just it's the holidays, man. People just lose, and people are just more arrogant during the holidays than when we don't have the holidays. They're just more and more arrogant now than they are at other times of the year. They live it up even more, completely thumbing their nose at everything else going on in the world right now. But anyway, I know we're over 30 minutes, so I better conclude this video here, and I'm sorry for complaining. I say that over and over again. Like I said, I'm grateful that things aren't worse. I'm grateful I'm not out on the streets. I'm grateful at least I have my own apartment. A lot of people in this program that have to live with roommates and deal with all kinds of hell that I can't even imagine. But to me, my mental health is just in a really bad way right now. And I think most of all, it's just the loneliness. That's the real thing. I think we'll end it with the point of just being alone. I just had a woman in my life. I want to meet someone. I want to get married. I don't want to be single. I don't want to be single. You know, single life is not for me, man. I need someone in my life. And they get Social Security sending me this thing about that I'm due benefits under my mother's name. No, that was the last time I lived with someone, was when I was with my mom. Remind me of the void that was left when she passed, when she died in 2000. That was such a void that no one can ever fill. Not even if I meet someone in my life. Nobody can fill the void that your mother left. Help, but it's just, we live in a very cruel world. It's really hard to have faith in humanity. At least here. But I guess I have to keep going. And even if I can't change anything for the better, all I ask is just, we could please get some sunshine, please blue skies, so I can get to the Pine Barrens. This junky weather is horrible. You know, at least that the one thing I can do in my life, the one thing that I know I can look forward to and enjoy most of all, is going to the Pine Barrens. It's the only place I can go where I can feel happy, where I can feel like I belong. You know, it really is. But that January is coming up, so it's that month when we have the deer hunting. I'll have to go into New Jersey a lot, but avoiding New Jersey again for obvious reasons. I don't want to go somewhere that I think I'm gonna. It just feels like fate is pushing me there, and I keep fighting as much as I can. It's pushing me into those Pine Barrens. It's pushing me into Ocean County, whether I like it or not. I gotta keep fighting it. I gotta keep fighting the plan. This is not right. This is home. I'm not gonna be driven out. Fight with every last fiber in my body. This freaking plan. It just seems like there's no way to beat it, but because I'm stubborn, I'm gonna keep trying to. But anyway, that's gonna wrap it up. So enjoy the holidays, everybody. Especially if you have somebody in your life, don't take them for granted. There are a lot of lonely people out there that don't have anyone to hug. So, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah. I'm Jewish, but I celebrate both holidays because my father was Christian. Though my mom is Jewish, so that makes me Jewish. But, of course, Happy Kwanzaa too. And Diwali too. That was a recent holiday for Indians. So, I know there's a lot of holidays around this time of the year, so enjoy them. And I just want to be able to enjoy them with the most Christmassy place you can be, which is where. So take it easy.